If you haven't joined me before, I'm Debra Harrison with Simply Sweet and Neat Designs, and I am so happy for you to join me for day 5 of our 6-day craft along featuring the new in colors for Stampin' Up! And for 2025 through 2027. Beautiful new in colors. I have collaborated with 5 other of my good demonstrator friends to bring you 12 different designs featuring these new in colors, as well as using 2 suites. And what's really cool is the suites right now, you can buy one suite product and get the second one at half off. So really awesome deal that Stampin' Up! Is doing during June 2025. So go check that out. And as you hop on, say hello and let me know who is joining me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you, get you caught up. Each day I like to share with you what we've already done so you can see all the cool projects that we've already made so far. So these 2 were designed on day 1 by Rhonda Way. These 2 by Melissa Faust on day 2. Up here in the corner was day 3, the projects that were designed by Julie Salva. And then yesterday were my 2 projects on day 4. Now, yesterday I did a pre-recorded video for you because I was at the DPS office with my younger son. We needed to get his driver's license fixed. And so anyway, that was a good part of the day. You think it's easy, but you sit there for like an hour and a half. And then we had company come into town because he is graduating tomorrow from high school. So, speaking of which, I'm going to flip back real quick. Just real quick. Speaking of which, tomorrow is day 6. It is our last craft along. They are projects that were designed by Ange McKay. My intention is to pre-record it. That is my goal. I'm trying to find time in my day to get that done. If I need to, I may just skip tomorrow if I can't get it done tonight. And then what I'll do is maybe I'll just hop on live on Saturday, because on Saturday I've got more time to do things. So anyway, we'll play that by ear and I will let you know. All right, guys. So let's go ahead. Let's get into today's project, our projects, I should say. Let me get these out of the way and I'm going to show you what we're making. Really beautiful projects designed by Deb Smeak. Really, what I love about her projects is how she really showcased using the designer series paper. And so when you open up, both of them are like fun fold using the designer series paper, both the Impressions of Bloom paper. And look at that. You can open that up and really just see how beautiful all those pretty patterns are. And then this one is a really cute little pop-up fun fold. And look at that. I love those little sunflowers there. Just so cute. So let me go ahead, and if you have the tutorial, which I'm assuming you do, and so we will be looking at this page, which is called the Rainbow Accordion Fun Fold Card, as well as there are actually 2 versions of Deb's pop-out card. There's a larger designer series paper version, but that will only get you one. You'll get 1 out of a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. So in order for you to have more options, I'm going to do her smaller version here, which is the smaller designer series paper, and that will get you 2 out of a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. So if you would like this tutorial so you have access to all the measurements and supplies for all 12 of our projects, you can go to my blog at Simply Sweet Ink Designs, and you can go to the PDF tab and click on that to purchase it for $25. Or you can get it free when you place an order with me in my Stampin' Up! Store of at least $50 or more. Do make sure if you are using any of those new rewards that your order is at least $50 after your rewards and before any tax or shipping. Now also too, my Simply Sweet Stampers team, they get all my PDF tutorials in my PDF store for free. So, all right, let me go ahead. Let's move over here to this page. Now the 2 suites that we've been working with that I was mentioning are on sale. You can buy one, get one half off, are the Celebratory Sips suite, as well as the Floral Impressions suite. So both of those are online exclusive, so you're not going to see them in a catalog, but if you go shop at stampinup.com, go to the online exclusives, or maybe even what's new, you can find these, that you can check them all out. All right, so however, the ones that Deb made, they're using the Floral Impressions of Bloom suite, that pretty paper and the bundle. All right, let me go ahead. We're going to start off with this card, her rainbow card. So to do that, we are going to, let me get all my supplies here. Now I have already prepped everything today. I may do a little bit of stamping. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a piece of Secret Sea. This is one of the new in colors. It's a darker navy, and it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that's just going to be our background piece to put our designer series paper on. Then we're going to take a piece of the Floral Impressions designer series paper. It's the one with the yellow on the back. And then you have the other pattern right here on the front. And we are going to do a little bit of scoring. And so to do that, you know what, I need to check something. I think I may have this set to private. Let's make this public. There we go. Okay. Hopefully now people can see me. Sorry, guys, I had it set on private for YouTube, and now it's set to public. So maybe now you'll start getting the notifications. I was like, this is odd. Where are my people who've been joining me the last several days? So hopefully you'll start getting the notifications, and you'll know where I'm at, because I am here. I've been talking for a few minutes. You can go back, watch the first part on the replay. I was just sharing with people about the Stampin' Up! Promotion for the suite sale, as well as just showing what we've already done. So we are now currently working on this project. Hello, Marla, there you are. Sorry, I had my video set to private, and I just switched it to public. So now you can see me. Okay, so we're just now working on this first card designed by Deb Smeak. And so what we're going to do is we're taking a piece of designer series paper that measures 5 1/4 by 12 inches. And we are going to do some scoring. And so I already have mine scored because I didn't want to mess this up, but I will walk you through the score lines. Okay. All right. So we're going to score here with your 12-inch side along the top. We're going to score at 1/2 inch, at 2 inches, 5 inches, 8 inches, and then that's it. No more. We don't do any more. Okay. Ignore those other little markers there. Okay. And this piece right here is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just a quarter sheet of Secret Sea cardstock. All right. So now I'm going to have to look at my sample here because it's been a while since I did her card. We're going to accordion fold. So we're going to do this, then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this and this. Right. Yep. That's it. Okay. So your little 1/2 inch piece is going to be right here in the front. And then we are going to just burnish all these score lines. Now I'm going to glue down this 1/2 inch piece right here. Just glue it flat to the other side of the paper. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this large right side piece and we're going to glue it right here onto our card base. I'm just going to center it. And then there you go. That way you can open this up and you get to see all that really, really pretty paper. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you the other pieces. Now this was using the Impressions of Bloom dies. And what I did is I die cut out from the stitched oval. I die cut out 2 ovals. One's going to go on the inside, one's going to go on the outside. Then I die cut out a larger oval. It's just a smidge larger in the Secret Sea. So that's how I got to that. And then what we're going to do is, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. And I am taking the sentiment from the Impressions of Bloom stamp set. And I'm going to use Secret Sea ink. And we're going to stamp the sentiment that says thanks. Now this is I'm going to be actually building this sentiment. So one of the words is thanks. And I'm just going to put it right here in the middle. Maybe just a little below middle. Right there. Then I'm going to take the other sentiment that says so very much. So it says thanks so very much. This is a great way to add more to your sentiment and kind of fill in some of your area on your sentiment label. Okay, all right, so now I'm just gonna set these aside for just a moment, and we're gonna go ahead and make our flowers. So I'm gonna share with you how I got to the colors, but I have already stamped and die cut everything ahead of time, just in case. So to make this flower, what we're gonna do is we're going to take these two images from the stamp set. This is the solid image, and this is like the outline detailed image. So I'm going to stamp first with Strawberry Slush in full on with the detailed image. So I'm going to put that right here. And then I'm going to take the solid image and I'm going to stamp off just here on the side. And then I'm going to line it up. I don't think that's correct. Oh, I need to figure this out. Okay. That's not it. There we go. It's like once you get it, you get it, you know? So it's going to be a little bit lighter shade. So by stamping off, I'm going to get a little bit lighter pink. Then to do the center of my flower, I'm going to take the Darling Duckling. Who loves this name? Is this just not the cutest name for an ink color? So I'm going to take the center image for my flower here, and I'm going to stamp the detail in the center with the full on Darling Duckling. Then I'm just going to stamp off with the Darling Duckling just to give it a little bit lighter shade. All right, so I have already die cut this piece out, so I don't need that anymore. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put everything together. So I'm going to take my sentiment, I'm going to glue it right here on top of my Secret Sea oval. As you can see, it's just going to have a really thin border around the edge. And then I'm going to pop up my flower with a dimensional. Put it right there. Then I'm going to take my leaves. I die cut 2 leaves in garden green. I'm going to have them just coming off the edge here underneath the flower, just sneaking them under the flower. All right, and then I'm just going to add a few little dots here of glue for my little Darling Duckling, little die cut flowers here. I cut way more than I need because these little boogers, they tend to just fly off my table. And I thought, oh, I wanted to make sure I had plenty for this project. There we go. All right, then the couple of other things that I'm gonna do. And I should have done it beforehand. Dadgummit, Deborah, why didn't you think of this? Okay, so we're gonna take a piece. There is a little tab here, and I'm just gonna cut. This is in the instructions. Follow Deb's instructions, not mine. I kind of messed that up. So we're gonna take a little glue dot. It's been a while since I made this, so kind of forgot all the little details here. I'm gonna take that. We're gonna take, I don't know, what is this, about 3 inches maybe? I'm just going to fold that on top of each other, and I'm going to attempt, we shall see if I can sneak this in here sometime. Oh, I think I can. I think I can. Look at that. Maybe a little too long, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Luckily, I did not glue all the way to the edge. Okay, let's try this again. It's probably maybe about 2 inches now. So I'm going to take a glue dot, put it on each side, and I'm going to sneak that in between the Secret Sea and my basic white layer. See if I can't sneak that in there. So it's like a little pull tab. There we go. Ha ha! Yay, got it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to just put it just on this flap right here, okay? So you've got your accordion fold only on this flap, which measures about 1.5 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just glue that right there. So I'm just gonna have glue just along this edge here, opposite of my pull tab. So not very much glue. Then we're going to just center it on our card front. And then you've got that where you can pull it, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our other oval and we're gonna line it up. So I recommend using some multi-purpose liquid glue because we're probably gonna need just a moment to get this lined up perfectly. I'll do my best just looking at it visually. Hey, I did pretty well there. All right, there you go. Okay, so first try, I got my inside oval in, but you may need to just kind of move it around a little bit, and the multi-purpose liquid glue gives you just that tiny little bit, gives you a couple of seconds to move that if you need to. All right, so I'm going to finish this card up with my pressed floral motifs, and I am going to just give a little bit of accent right underneath my sentiment here, with one large one in the center and then 2 small on each side to finish it up. And there you go, guys. So that is card number 1. I see some of you are joining me. Hi, Gretchen. Hey, Maria. It's Maria. Sorry. Gretchen and Karen and Kelly, thanks so much for joining me, guys. Now, when you may have gotten the notification a little bit late, I started talking and then I realized I had this video set to private for YouTube. So I just switched it over to public. So if you want, you didn't miss a whole lot. I was just sharing the previous projects and then talking about the sale that's going on with Stampin' Up. Okay, all right, so let's work on project number 2. I'm gonna let you catch up if you are crafting along, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of cleanup, get myself organized, and then we're gonna work on this really fun pop-out card right here. So hang tight, I will be right back. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to chat in the comments. I am checking them the best that I can, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Okay. Let's see. Got that. Don't need that. All right. I think I'm ready to go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to set this one over in the corner while we work with this one. Now, just a quick reminder, because I was sharing the last couple of days that Deb Smeak has actually 2 versions. It's right there, the word versions right in front of me. 2 versions of her corner pop-out card. She has a larger designer series paper version that will allow you to get 1 out of a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. And then she has a smaller version right here, a couple pages later, that you can get 2 out of a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. So I just wanted to mention that because I'm going to be sharing the smaller paper version because I want you to be able to get more out of your designer series paper. So let's go on ahead, and all the instructions are in the tutorial. She even gave us this I'm going to share this with you real quick because then I'm going to walk you through how to actually score it. So we're going to start off with a piece of the Impressions of Bloom designer series paper. And this piece measures, that is not the correct measurement. It measures 6 inches tall by 7 1/4 wide. So 6 by 7 1/4. So you could get 2 out of a piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper. Then what we did, and I think it's easier to see on this side, is we scored it 1 3/4. Then we turned it, rotated it, and scored it 1 3/4 again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler, or actually you're going to put a little tick mark at 3 1/4 on each side, little tick mark. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to share this with you, okay? Because I think this helps a lot. So you 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and then you're going to move over. What's 1 3/4 times 2? What is that? 3 1/2, right? So you're going to go to 3 1/2. I believe, yeah, 3 1/2, and you're going to put a little tick mark on each side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a ruler and we're going to connect our tick marks. So hopefully that helps explain our template. It's kind of hard to see when it's on the pattern paper. So we're going to take our stylus. We're going to go tick mark to tick mark. Now you want to make sure that your diagonal is actually crossing through the center of your 1 3/4 score lines. That's the way that you know that you have it correct. So once you do that, you can score it. And then we are going to, I'm going to show it to you. So we have this. You can see where we have our score lines and we have the diagonal. So the top and the side panels go in. So you're going to burnish those in. Take and burnish those in. Then you're going to take where those diagonal lines are, you're going to take it, pinch it the opposite way so that when it comes together, it does this. I think it'll be easier once you do it and see it. It's a little bit easier to figure that out in person. So that way you've got your little pop-up right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start decorating up the inside here. And to do that, we're going to take a piece of garden green cardstock. This measures 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to glue it here just on our sunflower side. Then we have a piece of basic white cardstock. Now this one measures 3 3/4 by 10 inches. And then I just scored down the middle at 5 inches right here. Now this is actually, I didn't show this to you, but what it does is not only do you open it up this way for the pop out, but then you go this way to open it up. So it's like a double fun fold card right there. So this right here is going to go here. We're going to glue that down with our fold on the right side. So let me stop there. Let's get these pieces glued on and then we'll move on to decorating it up. Hello, Nadine. Thanks for hopping on. How many or who of you have been following along and making the projects this week? And which has been like your favorite bundle or suite to work with so far? Now, I will tell you the celebratory sips, that was like top on my list when I saw it. But I have to say, I've really been enjoying the Floral Impressions. The more I've worked with it, the more I like it. I think they're both really fun bundles. Okay, so now that I have this in place, I'm going to take my sentiment and I need to clean it because I'm using the same sentiment. So let me clean my thanks stamp. And we're going to stamp in garden green ink. And I'm going to just stamp the word thanks. And honestly, I could really put it wherever I want. Just anywhere here in the lower right corner should work. And then what we're going to do, or what I've already done, is I die cut out a bunch of these flowers. And so a lot of these, actually, let's see, I used this. I die cut out 3 of these flowers. So to do that, what you do is you take your cardstock. I'm just going to show you on a piece of white right here, is you take your outline image, and then when you're running it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you line up the inner image like that, okay? And then that way you can stamp and, you can cut and get that embossed look all in one step by just layering them together. So I've die cut out. Let me show you what all I've got, because we've got quite a few die cuts here. We have, and I probably die cut more than I need. I'm gonna need 3 of the flowers, and this is in Darling Duckling cardstock. Then I have 2 long leaves here, and these are both in garden green. Then, of course, I have to have centers for my flowers. This is in Timid Tiger. That's one of the other new in colors. Then I have two 2 leaves. I only needed 2. I don't know. I do need some more. So I need 4. I need 2 for the inside and 2 for the outside. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again in garden green. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's put this all together. Gretchen's made most of them. Good deal. You're awesome, Gretchen. All right, so let me go ahead while I have all these out. I'm just going to go ahead and pop these flower centers on real quick. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let me go on ahead. I'm going to hold off on the inside. That way I get my placement correctly. Because what we're going to do is we're going to actually cover this section right here, this little upper left corner section. We're going to cover it with another piece of designer series paper that matches the front. And this piece measures, it must be on the other side. I got to go pull it real quick. Let me see. That one measures. It is 2 3/8. Nope, that's the wrong one. It is, why am I not seeing it? I'm gonna have to measure it. I don't see it on here. I'm sure I'm missing it. Let me grab this real quick. It measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And again, it's just the back, it's the same side or same paper as the sunflower. We're just gonna use the green side. Then I have a stylish shape die that's die cut out in basic white cardstock. Now this is the one that's 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 square. So we're going to glue on the white square onto our green designer series paper. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add glue just on this front square. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it while I'm holding down my card here. I'm going to line up the corners. And there we go. Now we got that really cool pop out right there. Then we're going to go and add all our fun stuff on. Now, I just realized I put one of these on. I don't need all of those because I forgot Deb layered these. So you don't need the center on one of them. So what you'll do is you'll just layer 2 of these. That'll give it a little more lift and dimension to the front of your card. Let's see. Let's go this way. Layer them together. And then I'm going to pop it up with the dimensional. And then I'm going to take 2 of the leaves, have them coming out up here in the corner, just underneath my flower. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take these long leaves here and we're just going to have them like tucked under right here just to give a little more just color and dimension, a little accent to the front of our card here. Okay, I'm going to sneak this one under. Okay, then the last thing what we're going to do is we're just going to add in our inside flower and then we're going to bling it up a little bit. So I need to figure out where I want to position this. So as you notice, when this is folded, it actually covers the flower. So it's just a fun little surprise when you open it. So I want the flower covered, but I want it low enough to where I can have my leaves sneaking out, popping out around the edge. So we kind of need to go kind of right here. Right there in the corner, and I'm going to add glue. I'm going to glue this down flat. Okay. And then I'm going to add some glue on my leaves here. And there we go. All right, there we go. You know, I'm going to angle that a little bit more. There we go. All right, so that is the inside of the card. This is like another little flap, little extra fun fold there. Then we're just going to bling this up on the front with our flower motifs. All right, guys, so we have made, how many? We've made 10 projects so far. So earlier I was sharing with you the other 8 projects that we have made the past 4 days. These are today's projects 9 and 10 with some really fun folds. And I'm just going to check your comments real quick, and then I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. I was mentioning it earlier, but I'm going to repeat it just to make sure everybody gets the message. Okay, Gretchen ordered some lemonade mixes to go in them. Oh, you're talking about yesterday's. Okay, yesterday's project. This one right here. Yes, that would be so cute to add some little packets of lemonade. And I got to tell you, the Floral Impressions was not on my radar either, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it just makes some really pretty flower cards and a lot of different varieties too. All right, so I'm going to turn back real quick. And thank you so much for joining me for day 5. Now, tomorrow is my younger son's graduation from high school. So it's like right in the middle of the day. So, and we have company from out of town. His grandfather is here. So I will not be live tomorrow. My goal is to get it pre-recorded sometime later today. I do have my team meeting tonight. So I'm trying to figure how I'm going to get all this in. But if I don't happen to get it recorded tonight, what I'm going to do is I may pop on live on Saturday, because after tomorrow, my schedule is going to free up a little bit more and I'll have more time this weekend. So plan A is that I pre-record it for you. However, I kind of hate to end our craft along with a recorded video. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll try to get it recorded, but if I can't, then I'll pop on probably 2 o'clock on Saturday. Okay. Central time for those who are in different time zones. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me. And hopefully you will join me again for day 6 to wrap this up. Again, if you do want that PDF tutorial, you can get it free with a $50 order, or you can purchase it in my PDF store. It's Simply Sweet Ink Designs, which is, I never can figure this out. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. I go this way. Yeah, there we go. See, I figured it out. Right there, simplysweetinkdesigns.com. There is a PDF tab, and you can purchase it for $25. All right, guys, y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.